Alright, so moving on to step 6 of the review assignment for tutorial 2. What they're getting at here is that, alright, once you have created a table, you might at some point decide that you want to add a field or modify a field, and so in step 6 they say, hey, you know what, we want to modify this table. We're going to add a new field called weight, and that's going to be a number data type with a single field size. Decimal place is 2, and of course the caption is very lengthy. Whoops. Weight in LBs. Oops, they have a capital L. Default value, as we talked about a minute ago, we don't want any default value, so I'll just simply remove the 0. Now, we want this field to be between price and temp control. Okay, so I'm going to click, first I'm just going to click on this gray box right here and release, and then when your mouse turns into a white arrow, then just click, drag, and drop it where you want it to go. So I want it between price and temp controlled. And then I think it asks us to make one other change. Move units field so it's between price and weight. So same idea. Click here, click, drag, drop. That. So that's how you can rearrange the field names. Pretty easy to do. So there, we've made all the design modifications to our table. And again, this is something when you're doing your homework problem, make sure, I know this isn't the exact homework problem, but it's similar. Make sure your field names are spelled correctly. They've got to be exactly right. They've got to be in the right order. Your data types and your field sizes have to be exactly right. The reason I say that is because when you go to import some data into a blank table, if the field names don't match up or if the data is different, then it's not going to import properly. So it's very, very important to be very accurate when you enter the data on these things. Now, as I say that, I've probably made a mistake, and we'll see when we go to do this import later on if it works for us. All right, so save that. Once you have your structure set, now you're going to add some data to it. So I'll switch from design view to datasheet view. Now I have a blank palette to work with here, and this is step number 7. Now we're just going to go ahead and enter all the data into here. So I want SS582, and again, accuracy is incredibly important. You have to make sure that you type in exactly what you see on these, because if you get those wrong, then it will cause problems. In this case, it'll cause problems with your relationships. All right, so let's see, weight 1, temp controlled, no. No means unchecked, so both of these are unchecked because the answer to both those questions is no. I'm going to increase the field widths. All right, and then the last one, AL487, and then COU 392. Those, anytime that you're dealing with an ID field or a field that ends with num, it's probably going to be a primary or foreign key field value. Make sure that you're exactly right when you're typing in those values. Now on these, both of these have a check mark on them for this record. So yes is checked, no is unchecked. Alright, so we've got our fields, or our 2 records typed into the fields as indicated, and now we're ready to import. This is the same idea as what we did back in chapter 1 where we copied and pasted records. We're just going to use an import using an Excel file this time, but it's basically the same idea. So I don't have to type a bunch more records. I'm going to import from an Excel spreadsheet. The critical thing is that the field names have to match, and the data types. I can see I made a mistake right here. See, product ID doesn't have a space. That means I didn't do my caption. You can see the supplier ID here. So I'm going to go back and fix that. We'll come back and do step number 8 using the import wizard, and we're in the home stretch of finishing out this exercise.